Is everyone ready?
There we go, I'm ready.
Is Yuki here?
Yeah.
I know that Anthro's here. But he's muted.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Alright, nice one.
okay.
Alright, okay, since Duckies did the recap before, and since it's very, very fresh in everyone's minds, just a very quick recap. Can you do the honors, Hanami,
Yes.
of last session?
Yes.
Okay, so last session, we started off by fighting two of the cult members of the Dead Three, and we discovered a new ally in Katla, I believe her name is,
Castle.
which is Sunny, and we discovered Klim. Also looking in the notes, Klim Jasso, which has been accompanying us for a while. We also nearly, after we found these, we went and attacked some old dude, a necrolite, who one-shot Borg and Lily, and nearly killed Bulbo and Katla, while I was too far away and just came in and saved everyone. We also discovered that I'm a paladin and not a fighter. But
Well,
Discovered.
in character, I don't really know that yet. I still think I'm a fighter. I just feel a sudden, like, some warmth. But never mind about that. We went on and followed a rat down to a room with a sarcophagus that we spent far too long time in that room because it was trapped with a mystical axe of some sort that just fucking killed everyone except me because I'm amazing. And we also got ambushed, really. We got ambushed. We got ambushed by rats, apparently. When we killed these two ambushers, they turned into rats. But before that, they looked like some cult followers with helmets on, so we couldn't see their faces. We went on, and let me just move my token. Then we went down a hallway where we smelled a gas that we believe was
Flammable gas, yeah?
some gas that we believe would blow up if we lit something a fire or anything. We tried to loot a few sarcophagus on the way to a bloody room, and we opened one door. It was filled with zombies, and we spent a long time trying to just hold the door, and we put a lot of rubble on it. And then we got into this room where we met Vendetta Cress and Effinax, and where Effinax was dead. Klim knew Effinax. Nobody really knows Vendetta Cress, I believe. And now we are here in this hallway, about to
Yep.
enter
You
combat.
just came out the door, came down the stairs, and Bulbo made eye contact with a cultist carrying a torch. The cultist immediately noticed Bulbo and turned tail to run down the corridor, shouting, "Intruders!" Echoing throughout the corridor to whatever compatriots he has behind. And that's where we ended last session. And with that, we're diving straight in. Can everyone please roll initiative for me? Besides Anthro.
Oh, I clicked it too early. I think.
I didn't select my
Yeah,
token.
there we go.
Me either.
Now that is epic. Just put it in and I'll edit it.
Can I get another 22 like last time?
It's still pretty good.
Yes.
How did we roll so
I don't
early?
mind Lily going first as well because she is right behind you, so it doesn't matter.
That's true.
I'll roll for Katla. She won't be here for long though. I'll make that 14 just to make sense with Bulbo, because I really want Bulbo to be first or second.
Horrible time.
These guys.
Okay, is Bulbo a dodgy character? Can he dodge when I
Yeah.
like shoot past him?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you won't friendly fire him if you firebolt past or anything like that.
Okay, so I won't blind him either.
No.
Oh wait.
Oh, no,
we
no,
didn't
you're
get- we
blinded,
didn't
you're-
get full
you're
rations,
always-
so I can't use it.
No,
No,
we
you
did,
can't
though.
use it anyway.
Oh,
no,
no, actually.
you didn't. You didn't. She didn't. You only had a short rest.
Yeah, that's true. Do you have a fan on, Karma?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn it off now because I don't really need it on. Okay, cool. So yeah, first up is Lily. We've literally just had this scene where Balbo's just turned the corner, and there's this torchlight that you can see like reflecting off the limestone walls, and you can hear someone yelling "intruder," and you're very quick to react just as Balbo turns the corner. What would you like to do?
I just like pushed Bobo to the side, and
Okay.
You pushed me
Oh,
to
more
the
like
side.
sneak in, like slide in.
yeah, like lean on Bobo in between
Yeah.
the crack, like in
Yeah.
the corridor here, and then I do like a ray of sickness.
Okay, you're gonna use your scroll.
Yes, I have a
Right, cool,
scroll
do
of
it.
ray of sickness.
Yep.
I don't know which roll I do to that.
Give me a second.
You know,
Ray
that's a
Sickness is a very, very simple spell.
That's a one-time use, by the way, Yuki.
I know.
Yeah, ranged spell attack. So just D20 plus your charisma modifier. Your charisma was a 3, so just roll me a D20.
Oh, it scales with charisma. Awesome.
Yeah, it scales with whatever your spellcasting is. That's a hit. Roll me 2d8, please. Fantastic, that's the damage, and he's got to make a con save for poison.
I don't know who we're even fighting because I can't see anything.
Okay, so he made the save, so he's not poisoned. However, he does take 6 necrotic damage. And yeah, so you sort of hastily pull the scroll out and unfurl it and begin to read the arcane words upon the parchment, and it begins to glow, and this sort of like beam of grey-greenish light sort of shoots straight out of the scroll, disintegrating the scroll in the process, and hits this guy, hits him like square in the chest, and it sort of winds him slightly, and you can see his whole like skin and visage go pale, but he sort of shakes it off quickly and recovers. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, should I put my token next to Bulbo or on top of Bulbo?
Just put it on top of Bulbo. I'll tell you what, I'll put Bulbo there for the sake of clarity.
Sure.
Yeah.
Bulbo, you're up.
Freak, yeah. Okay. Well, seeing as this guy was fucking shouting,
Mhm.
I see him as a major threat and attack him.
Alright. That is unfortunately not a hit.
Then I'll use my fists.
That is a hit. Cool. So yeah, do you just punch him in the face?
Yeah, I suppose.
It's like, just miss with your stuff, like, just wild swing, hit the wall, then like, oh, fuck it, and just smash his face.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, a few teeth go flying about, you hear sort of the clink of teeth against the floor. But it's still standing, still going. Alright, I'm gonna have to make this quick because Sonny isn't here. So Katla sort of hears the biting and the commotion. She's a trapeze artist training to sort of dart against the walls and get within melee range of the cultist. However, as she closes in, she doesn't sort of use the same sort of caution that you did, Bulbo, where you have a quarterstaff to sort of keep range from the cultist. As she tries to attempts to make a rapier strike, the cultist holds out his hand and grabs Katla's forearm. You see like this faint sort of red rippling energy come out of the cultist's arm and quickly cover Katla's body. And in an instant, she sort of vanishes into this crimson dust. And as this happens, even the cultist sort of looks surprised and perturbed by what's occurred. But she's out of the initiative order now, and she's aware. So, Borg, you've just seen this happen, by the way. Like, you've seen Carla essentially just get disintegrated right in front of you. How does Borg react?
obviously very upset and confused because magic is very strong and so like her new friend has just fucking gone up in smoke.
Yeah, just literally just
So
fucking poofed her.
So obviously I think that the cultist is the reason behind this, so I'll fucking attack him in anger.
Yep.
Or her. Don't know
Cool.
if she specified.
You can push past both of these since Balbo's a monk and Lily's only little.
Right, I will fucking axe him.
She got snapped, yeah, she got fucking...
Oh my god.
Wow.
You literally.
Okay, alright, yeah. You literally couldn't have swung the axe with... You're distracted, you know? Like, your temper got to you. And you were swinging wildly, and you didn't focus at all. So the cultist effortlessly dodges your axe strikes. Anything else? I don't think you have anything else.
I try to collect my shame slowly and in my turn.
Alright, Pandaris. You can get here. You can't get past Borg. But I'm going to say that you can get here and say use a crossbow.
Yeah.
Or a javelin or something along those lines.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Anyway.
Tight corridors, it's just, you know, one of them things.
Yeah. Well, I used to try and hit with a javelin, and I immediately
Miss horribly.
miss.
Yeah, you throw the javelin, however, it sort of...
It was too much strength in the throw.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
just went.
Yeah, there's far too much strength in the
Yeah.
throw. That's the issue. It was too powerfully propelled.
Yeah.
Like, it just couldn't hit anything.
Yeah,
it
that
just
was just.
whizzes right past the cultist's head, and, you know, like, destroys the back wall and, like, leaves a 10-foot crater. That's how strong you did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does miss the cultist, unfortunately. The cultist, realizing that everyone's taken their turns and there's no one currently assailing him, takes the opportunity to run. So he runs down to here. At this point, Baldur and Bog both get attacks of opportunity against him.
Epic.
Come back here. I want to ask you a question.
Quest. Okay. Damage for your quarterstaff, Baldur. Cool. Right. Okay. So you guys are both double teaming this guy with an axe and a quarterstaff as he
Hot.
turns tail to run. How do you do this? Like, how do you want to kill him? Essentially.
Oh, I have a fucking great idea.
I have one too.
What was that?
Okay, well, I mean, you can take it. You can take it.
Okay, well, I'll crouch down, Bulbo, and you can like leap off of my back, and I'll fucking swing
Yeah, I can see
low, and you can attack from the air, basically.
Oh, so like
Is
you
that-
launch me up into the air.
Yes.
Oh, that's epic. Yeah, I like that. I like that one.
Okay. So I go for the dick, and Duck is going for the head.
Yeah, I literally just fucking do a 360 midair and fucking smash his head in with my stuff.
All right. Cool. That seems awfully complex, but whatever, you make it work. You both make your attacks. They make direct contact, and it's a killing blow. However, just before you, just before the cultist draws his last breath, you do hear him sort of gurgling shout, "We've got intruders!" down the corridor, and it sort of echoes all throughout the dungeon. So he's fucking dead. However, ahead of you, let's get his corpse out of the way for the sake of clarity. However, ahead of you, you hear a stone door sort of swing open, and you hear the clattering of men in armor rushing towards you quickly. It soon becomes apparent. Let's move Borg here, just because you're chasing him. Where the fuck is Balbo? There's Balbo. Let's move Balbo here. No, yeah, Balbo can be here. It's okay. You're the one that got propelled, right? So it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It becomes apparent that this guy has backup. As you see a group of cultists, armoured and ready, with bucket helms on, symbolic of the followers of Bane, rushing down the corridor to meet you. With that, that's the end of their turn at the minute. Lily, it's your turn. You can move right past this because you're only a small creature.
Small girl.
A small
will
girl.
Go past.
Okay. So you're right up in the melee. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna hit with my dagger.
Okay. Like Lily's just like, fuck it. I wanna play fighter. That's a hit. Cool, 6 piercing damage. So you do actually, Bulbo and Borg just see like this little kobold girl just like shuffling between your legs, come out and just with like a little pathetic war cry, just like stab this cultist right in the heart, and he just sort of like it actually pierces the armor and does a bit of damage and a bit of blood spurts out. I think that's your turn, Lily. You can't do anything more, right?
Yes. So
All right, cool.
wait.
Bulbo, you're up.
Yeah, I'm obviously just in awe at this little kobold because
Yeah.
that was just fucking surprising to me. But seeing as I saw all of these dudes rush down, I will jump in and attack the closest one.
All right, do it.
And I fucking miss.
Yeah, that's a hard miss.
Yeah.
You can still use your fist though.
Oh.
All right, you made up for it. You critted with the fist.
Yeah.
Very nice. 8 bludgeoning damage. Cool. Yep.
And I will use Flurry of Blows to do another one.
All right. Hang on. Are you out of key points?
Well, they reset it. Wait.
Short rest. No, it's only long rest.
Is it?
It's long rest. Yes.
Let me see. Until you finish a short or long rest.
Oh, cool. Okay, great. All right, cool.
Yeah, but
I was
missed
just looking at
anyways,
myself. Yeah. You do miss anyways, unfortunately. So yeah, that's one key point off. But you do connect with some of your strikes. So there's that. You sort of bop this cultist's head back, and he seems like he's a little bit in over his head at the minute.
Yeah.
Borg, you're up.
How tight is this corridor?
You can squeeze past Bulbo and Lily.
Okay, well, how many can, like, squeeze past each other as far as our enemies?
Oh, it's single file. They're coming at you single file. It's like a tight sort of like castle staircase.
Alright. I'll fucking move down here and use my javelin at the first target coming at us then.
Okay.
And hopefully if I crit, I can hit several, right? Oh, kuken.
Nah, you won't be able to hit several, but you'd hit one.
Why? That's not fun. I want to pin
It's
like
like
3
a
against the
javelin.
wall.
A javelin's momentum sort of loses itself once you go through a human body. Do you know what I mean?
But that is a miss, right?
Unfortunately, it's a miss. Yes. So the cultist like sort of dodges out of the way of the javelin as you throw it.
Okay, then I mutter and I guess fucking end my turn there.
Master Pindaris, you're sort of stuck. For the sake of like combat, not you having nothing to do, I'm gonna say you can squeeze through here. So you can move to the space where Lily is, but not the space where Borg and Bulbo are.
All right. Well, I'll do that then. I'll squeeze over.
Yep.
Standing with her between my legs, and I use my open sword and
Miss horribly.
miss because
Yeah, unfortunately.
tight space, big sword.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very tight space. You try to swing, but your blade sort of catches the wall, and you miss, and you sort of just clang the guy's bucket helmet off, and he looks at you with a grimace as it becomes their turn. The Fist of Bane directly in front of you will just attack the person who attacked him last, which is Pindaris. He swings his mace at you. Unfortunately, he critically fails. He only rolls a 6. So he's swinging the mace, but again, catches against the wall 'cause it's such a tight area, and it just sort of like flings out of his hand, and he doesn't know what to do. He's really fucked that one up. However, the other cultists, they also have longbows that they can use. So this guy in the middle takes out his longbow, aims at Pindaris, fires an arrow, and hits with a 21.
Yep.
So you get hit with an arrow. Please take 7 piercing damage. As an iron arrow sort of rips through the air of the corridor and strikes you true in the shoulder. The other Fist of Bane will also take out a longbow, this time taking his aim at Lily, who's next to you. He shoots. and hits with a 14. Lily, please take 6 piercing damage. As again, another volley of arrows comes through and strikes you. That's it, unfortunately, because the other guy is just standing there fucking holding his cock in his hand because he can't get past the other two. Lily, your turn.
I prepare a little fireball.
Okay.
Since this is a ball, do I have enough power to penetrate all 3 people who stand in a
No.
row? Oh.
It'd have to be something far stronger to do that. It can't be just a cantrip. That is a hit, though.
I do it in the general direction of them, I guess, and I hit one of them.
Yeah. I'll just say you hit the first one. So cool, yeah, your firebolt comes out, this gout of flame sort of appears from your hand. You hit the front cultist, and just as he's trying to bend down to pick up his mace, you hit him square in the fucking face and burn his whole fucking face off. And he just falls to the ground smoking and dead. Baldur, you're up.
I'll attack the one closest to me again.
It's this guy now, because that guy's dead. You have to move forward.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'll move forward
Yep.
and
Okay.
attack that guy.
Unfortunately, that's a miss.
Fuck's sake, my quarterstaff is dog shit. now.
He's kind of dog shit, isn't he, really?
Well, I missed that one too.
You had a really good session last time, so it's only fair that you have a shit one.
That's true.
Yeah, you
Sorry
jump
about
forward.
Yeah.
You jump
I
forward.
fucking-
Unfortunately, the Fist of Bane just deflects all your attacks because he sees you coming. You know.
Yeah.
Borg, you're up.
I'm
The cultist here died, so now you're making your way further up the stairs.
Then I shall. I can get past Pandora's, can I?
No, sorry, you can't.
Okay.
Not in this sort of like super tight corridor, no.
I shall jab my way up there then.
Yeah, do it.
On this next target, obviously.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Holy fuck, okay. Okay, so this is... Okay, that's really shit damage for a crit. Yeah, you hit true, unfortunately, like, it sort of goes straight through his shoulder, like through his armpit area, so it lets out sort of a howl of pain that reverberates through all the dungeon. However, he's still sort of standing and kicking and able to fight. Anything
I
else
am
you want to do? Yep.
No.
Pandaris, you're up.
Can I move?
You can move, yes, you can move. You can move
Okay.
through Baldur and Lily.
Alright. I move through Balbo, straight through
Yep.
him. And I once again, in this tight corridor, try and swing my sword.
Alright.
But this time with a downwards action, straight down, and I
Do hit.
do hit, yeah. It's the tactics here.
Alright, how do you want to kill this guy?
Well, as I was swinging my sword, like, with a downwards, like, from my head and down, I just want to
Yeah.
cut his face in half.
What, you just want to straight up bisect his bucket helm?
Yes.
Like, bisect it like a fucking KFC bucket
Yeah.
in the fucking buzz saw. Alright, cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you do. His head splits open, lots of blood all over the place, and he... So, you've got the next cultist along now. Speaking of which, he's going to step forward, brandish his mace, and attack you, Pandaris, because you just, like, executed his friend.
Yeah.
He hits with an 8. So please take 6 bludgeoning damage as he hits with his mace.
Alright.
And also, this guy's going to come through. Draw his longbow. Finally, he gets to actually join in the fight. And he's going to try to attack Lily. Hits with a 14. Only 2 piercing damage, though. This arrow just sort of grazes your wrist or something and just causes a slight cut. That's the cultist. Lily, you're back.
Okay, I prepare. Wait, this guy in the front here hit me, right?
No, it's the guy at the back with the longbow.
Oh. Well, then can I shoot at the guy in the back? Fireball.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's not a problem.
Okay.
You'll be able to see him. That's a hit. Cool, 7 fire damage. Small ball of flame exits your hand as you cast the cantrip, and it sort of singes a large portion of his torso. And he sort of hastily tries to pat down the fire. Balbo, you're back up.
Yep. Well,
Time to hit things.
hopefully. I attack the guy close to me again.
Yep. Unfortunately, that's not a hit.
Fuck's sake.
These guys are quite high armor class, to be fair, so it's not that surprising. Yeah, that's not a hit.
Yeah,
Sorry,
well,
Baldo's doing his best, guys.
I drop my staff as I and then just fucking completely with my fucking fist and just
The key is not with him today. Borg, your turn.
Alright. I guess I can't really do much else than fucking lob javelins at these idiots. Unfortunately, I can't aim for shit.
Unfortunately, yeah, that's not a good shot. Your javelin, unfortunately, flies over both their heads and misses. Pandaris, your turn.
Once again, trusting my sword. I swing it downwards action.
That's a hit.
And
I can see everyone except Anthro now, so I'm
And
going
just-
to keep it like this and hopefully it loads.
yeah, same.
and just do the same as I did to the last guy.
Okay, this time you don't quite kill him, but you take his sword and sort of make a mighty downward thrust
Yeah.
with it, and it rings his bell that much that like the bucket's helm's fucking shaking and probably causes some kind of concussion. However, he's still standing, still kicking. You didn't penetrate the armor. Fist of Bane. Gonna take his mace, immediately try to counter-attack you, Pandaris.
Please.
That's a 14, so it doesn't hit. It glances off your armor.
Yes.
The Fist of Bane with the longbow in the back, this time is going to draw an arrow and aim it at Baldur.
Oh no.
Does a 15 hit you?
No.
Right, cool. So yeah, you managed to see it coming and quickly deflect it with your shell. Lily, your turn again.
Okay, since everyone is like failing at hitting their armor,
Yep.
and I'm like really weak, I'm gonna go for a melee strike again.
Do it! Yeah, show them how it's done. That's a hit. Cool. You don't quite kill him, but he's blooded and bruised and beaten. He's on his last legs. Baldur, your turn.
Yeah.
Execute this fool, come on.
Ashamed, but still determined. I pick up my quarterstaff and go for another swing.
Yep. Doesn't hit, unfortunately.
Of
I'm
course.
getting used to this. It hits! It hits!
Oh,
It hits!
hell yeah.
Cool, how do you want to kill him? You get to kill him. You get to do the killing blow.
Seeing as I'm like pretty pissed off at this point, I
Yeah.
fucking just fucking punch his head off.
Just coming haymaker, and yeah, his head is already sort of rocked and not on the best of terms after that sword strike. So you just come through, rip his bucket helmet off, and just give him this massive right hook. Takes his head straight off his shoulders and just smacks against the wall.
Yeah, I give up on my monk.
Yeah, I'm not a monk anymore. Like I'm just fucking the Terminator.
Yeah.
This quarter has to be failing me. Alright, there's just one cultist left. Borg, your turn.
I'll take a step forward and hope
Yep.
that I know how to aim. If I stand
Do it.
closer.
That's not a hit, unfortunately.
Oh my god.
It's nearly a hit. It just barely sort of glances past his head, unfortunately. Pandaris, your turn. Kill this guy. I want an intro.
I take-
Intro character.
Another step forward. And
Yep.
this time, I just drop my sword and pick up my axe, and with one huge downwards motion, I take his arm off.
You do hit.
Okay, maybe not.
You don't kill him,
No.
but you do some serious damage. Yeah, let's say that you like nearly take his arm off. He can't be maimed fully because then he can't attack. But let's say that you just slice
Yeah,
through the tendons of his arm,
yeah.
and he lets out a horrific scream of pain. All right, one last ditch effort by this cultist. He just swings wildly at you, Pindaris, because you're the first target in front of him. He does hit,
Damn it.
but you only take 3 bludgeoning damage from the mace
All right.
as it hits you. Lily, this guy's on his last legs.
Okay. Then I naturally go forward with my dagger and try and aim for his leg.
hamstringing the poor guy. That's a hit. What the fuck is with like you insane rolls tonight? All right, cool. How do you want to kill him?
Basically, I'm like doing like a double stab, and I'm like stabbing his like inguinal canal on the right side, and I'm just like going across, and then I grab the other side as well, and then he just falls down immediately from blood pressure loss, and that I cut the major nerve in his legs.
Cool. Anatomy-based murder. Alright, okay, yeah, he's dead. He's out of the way. Right, you guys got through the cultists. That's combat over.
Alright.
Right, you're in this new part of the dungeon, covered in dead cultist bodies. You're blooded, but still standing.
So I'm eating chip.
Well, shit. I think we need some
I'll squeeze through here, man.
practice after this.
It would appear that I am not having the best of. The key is really out of balance today. Or
It would appear so.
As you go up the stairs, there's this sort of branching. What's the right word for it? Like sort of landing, with 3 doors, one south and 2 to the east.
I've had bad luck opening doors. So, which one do you want to open first?
Do you inspect the doors at all, or do you just whatever?
I knock on the door.
You knock on this door.
Yeah.
There's no answer.
Then I open it.
What did the door look like?
Are you actually asking what the door looked like?
Yeah, this is just a normal
Okay, cool.
door.
Yep. This door has a sort of skull emblazoned and carved onto it. It also has 2 crossed scimitars just underneath the skull.
Okay.
Oh, so is that?
If you
Baal?
can
That's
remember,
Baal.
that's Baal. Yes, that's Baal. You recognise it? It's a different because it's not like a full drawing of him. It's not like the full carving, like
It's
full
like
body
them.
carving that it was last time. But it's literally just his skull head and the 2 crossed scimitars beneath.
Yeah. I walk to the other doors and inspect them as well, just to.
Okay, this door has literally just a portrait of a bucket helm on it,
That's
with
Bane.
with 2 crossed flails beneath the bucket helm.
Right, that's Bane then. And I would believe the last one
Yep.
is Miracle.
This one has a hooded face with its face obscured, and 2 crossed bones, which matches Merkel.
cool, yeah.
Yeah, so these doors match the 3 guards.
It's like the previous room.
Yeah, it is. Well, we did have some. Did we have luck going down with the Merkles?
I think Merkel was south last time as well.
Yeah. Should we try and open this door first? Or do you want to open a different door this time to try something new?
Change the concept. Just open it.
Yeah, let's open
Which
this
one are you
up.
opening?
The south
cool.
door.
Give me a second, sir. There we are, great. Okay, cool. You open the door. You sort of push open the stone door. It's a familiar limestone area, same sort of material as the rest of the dungeon. You can go in. So there's these 4 barely flickering torches. They're just down to embers on wall sconces, which illuminate the crypt and just barely make it visible. In the middle, there is an open stone sarcophagus. There's no ornamentation or carvings on the sarcophagus, but it's full to the brim with humanoid skulls and bones. 5 dusty, raggedy bedrolls also lie on the floor, scattered around the sarcophagus. And at the south wall, there appears once again a silver candelabra with 3 half-melted black candles ensconced upon it.
Alright. Is there anything in the sarcophagus other than skull?
No, it's just literally just a massive fucking pile of bones.
What were the things on the ground? There were like some
Bedrolls.
Bedrolls.
You can deduce and assume that this is where the necromites of Merkel sleep. The necromites that you saw earlier on in the dungeon. Yeah, the followers of Merkel.
Okay, let's trash their fucking sleeping place.
Pillow fight!
Okay, well this wasn't that interesting except for these.
Nope.
Female-
Not even any alien there.
Don't think dead necrolytes drink ale. If they're even dead. I don't-
I inspect the candles.
Investigation check. Cool. What you can deduce from your observation is that they're sort of 3 candles, the kind of sort of candelabra arrangement you might see in some sort of church or on an altar to worship some sort of god. It's just like straight up from the ground, and they're half melted, so that you can deduce that they were lit beforehand. Other than that, you can't really see anything though. Like the wicks are still there, and you could light them if you wanted to. But you can see it's sort of blackened from being lightened.
Can I take them with me?
Yeah, sure. You can disattach them from the candelabra.
Yeah,
Is that what you do?
I'll do that. Yeah.
Cool. You pull each candle out of the candelabra. You have 3 black candles.
3 black candles. Yeah. Then
Alright, Borg, do you want to have the honor of opening this door of Bane?
I'll fucking drop this one on then.
Would you kick it open?
Yes, I
Yep.
want to. Kick it open.
So this is the Bane door. Again, opens the same with the familiar creaking of the stone doors in the dungeon. This one has, again, a sarcophagus sort of mounted in the middle. It looks quite ruined and haphazard. There are again bedrolls all around, and you also noticed, sort of balanced on a rack in the back wall, are several bucket helms and spears. You can maybe deduce that this is the room where the cultist that you just fought came from.
Well, not even any ale in here either.
This sarcophagus is closed, by the way. It's not open.
yeah.
So, can I open this door now?
Can if you want, yeah. Go for it.
Yeah.
I'm right behind you, Lily.
You open it. The stone door sort of creaks open.
I inspect the sarcophagus and try and open it.
Let's do that first then. Roll me an athletics check. Cool. You managed to open the sarcophagus and push the lid off. However, it's empty.
Okay.
Alright.
I will.
So this room, there are 4 torches, once again ensconced on the walls, sort of flickering with dim ember light. There's an open sarcophagus in the middle, and you can see immediately that it is filled to the rim with blood, a dark red liquid. There is spillage streaking to the sides of the sarcophagus, and it's sort of pooling around its base. Give me a second. I've got to do something with tokens. Alright, there we go. Diamond lighting out. There you go. This is the room. Yeah, so this sarcophagus in the middle is full of blood. And there's sort of dried blood all around the floor.
Is it open?
It's full of blood.
It's open, yes.
Can we inspect?
Okay, cool. You go behind the sarcophagus?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Cowering behind the sarcophagus, you see a frail-looking old woman in a cloak and a hood. She's sort of covering herself and visibly shaking.
Okay. Can I talk to her and try and see what she knows, why she's here?
You can, as you go across it, she goes, "Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone." Do you still approach?
I yell, tell me what you know now, or else.
She looks up towards you with a look of fear upon her face, but then the fear turns to confusion. You're not one of them.
No, we're from the Flame Fist.
The flaming fist. You're here to root out these cultists, yes?
Yeah. We're investigating where the lost or like people have been disappearing. Where are they
Oh.
and who has been taken away?
Oh, thank Tom. I was captured by the cult, kept as a slave down here. I know a way out if you're searching for it.
Do we want to go out, or do we want to go deeper?
I'm pretty sure we've been through most parts of this place already. I don't recall there being a door we haven't explored
There's
yet.
one door we didn't check, and that's the door on the right side in the room where we found Katla and Klim.
That door just led to the same room we entered before.
Org doesn't remember.
I don't remember either. I suppose it's good to know the way out, so if you would be kind enough to tell us.
Yes. Will you bring me with you and save me from this hellish place?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll lead on. I've seen the cultists use a hidden door, secreted away in the wall. Yes, to get to a different area. I think that's the way out. Come with me. She sort of picks herself and dusts herself off and just sort of hastily shuffles towards the door. She sees Klim and Vendetta along the way. Klim and Vendetta just sort of look at her nondescriptly. They sort of give her a bit of an eye, but she sort of shuffles straight past them. Klim and Vendetta turn to you. Are you following this woman?
Yeah,
Is she with us?
She kind of almost knows a way out, a hidden room of some sort.
Oh, grand, splendid. Lead on, woman. And they head out as well. Yep. So she comes to this part of the wall. She begins to sort of tap on it, and she goes, "Yes, this is the one. Turns to her right and sees that there is a wall torch that is unlit, ensconced on the wall. She pulls it, and it reveals a secret door that slides open to reveal a dark tunnel. Quickly, let's head through before the rest of the cult find us." And she heads through.
Wonder if there's more secret doors we missed.
Maybe. Before I head on, I just want to concentrate my force and spend 2 lay on hand points to heal me to 10 HP.
Okay, do it. That's fine.
Just concentrate, like almost if I'm about to poo my pants. Like if you're like holding it really holding it in.
When you lay on hands and then shit yourself.
Classic.
I just let it.
Didn't come.
I just
And then you shit and come.
let it out of my my trousers, the leg of my trousers.
Yeah, you sort of come into this wet, flooded area with the foot of fetid water that you're so used to in this dungeon. There are several pillars sort of holding up the wall, the roof even. There is a door here, and then the room leads on further.
Investigate.
The woman sort of stops and wrings her hands. I don't know where to go from here. We'll just have to see what happens. It's just a regular door. There's nothing emblazoned upon it.
Alright. I shall, in my very reckless spirit, open the door.
Yep. You open the door. it leads open into some sort of cellar type area that you can go down into.
Alright, well, I'm going in here.
I'm
'cause I'm
following.
curious. What can I see in here?
Nothing. It's sort of like an empty cellar area with a small alcove leading down here, and it's partially full. Pindaris, as you turn the corner, you see again, just pressed up against the rubble, fallen down like on its side, another silver candelabra with 3 black candles.
Okay.
Did you say a candle?
Yep,
3 black
3 black
candles.
in a silver candelabra. Like, you've seen about 10 of these at this point through this.
Yeah. But there's nothing else to see. They're just falling over. Or fall over. Fall
It's just
then.
leaned against the rubble, yeah.
Okay.
Go down the hall?
I suppose.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
You all going as a group down here, yeah?
No.
Clem
we're
and
waiting
Vendetta
for
are
a
making
Yes.
Slim, maybe?
Yeah, they're making up the rear. The old woman go. As everyone gets to here, I want everyone to make a perception.
To here, yeah.
Epically cross-eyed, staring into nothing.
Borgon, you notice nothing. Your mind is elsewhere at the minute. However, the rest of you begin to hear around the corner the echoes of some kind of battle unfolding in the location beyond. There's clashing steel. There's shouts and screams, and there's several sort of footsteps being made through the water. The clang of armor, stuff like that.
I rush over to here.
Yep.
To get a greater look, or better look at.
What can you see? Where can you see up to?
I can see up to the other wall.
Right, okay, great, cool. So yeah, you see several figures in the darkness, clearly engaged in some sort of combat, but you can't make out specific figures.
What do you see up there? What's happening?
I see some people fighting or something. I take out my sword and just slowly, without trying to not make a noise in the water.
Sneak roll, please.
All right, I knew that was gonna happen.
Stealth check.
Stealth check.
With disadvantage because you're in heavy armor.
Yeah. Okay. Try my best.
Okay, your stealth. No, even you can tell. Everyone can tell. You're not being stealthy here. Your armor is clanging against it. There's ripples of chainmail. At this point, Chiron, in the midst of battle, you can see several figures approaching up the corridor, and you can hear them as well, the clanging of armor. Do you say anything into the darkness, or do you just focus on the battle at hand?
I'm fine at the moment. I think that they're more cultists, I guess.
Right, okay. Right, alright, no problem. Okay, so you're able to sort of see clearly into the chamber now. Beyond the flooded hall, there lies a chamber. In the middle of the chamber, there are these rough-hewn steps that are climbing around on all sides. You can see visibly there are several cultists engaged in battle, as well as several other cultists wearing robes, their bodies floating in the water. There are 3 figures on the main island locked in combat. One appears to be some sort of floating, robed figure with a long sword, sort of swinging it around into the air. Another one of the figures is a tall, armoured brute with a large hammer, and it seems that he has his entire face facing you is burnt. He towers above his opponent, but is clearly gravely wounded, with several sort of bleeding wounds coming from his cuirass. And the final figure is identifiable as a male tiefling, beginning to cast a spell aimed at the hooded, cloaked figure. There are also several cultists around, surrounding the fight, with their weapons drawn.
I see more cultists, and they're attacking someone I don't know, but I'm
Well,
just
whoever
gonna.
they're fighting, we're fighting with at this point. Right?
Yeah.
I suppose.
So I go in and join in on the. On
You
the
rush
fun.
in.
I rush in.
As you cross this threshold, the hooded figure turns swiftly towards you and points a sword in your direction. Everyone, please roll me initiative. Let's go. And this time, Antwer gets to join in.
Yay! Another 7.
You need to select your token, Sam,
Oh yeah.
before you roll it. It's just the way it is. It puts you into the initiative order.
Sure.
And
Does
then
this
you
work?
just
Yes,
smack
it does.
that
Hey.
ass up. How do you create initiative? That's your good roll done for the night.
Nah, mate. It's only beginning.
And cultists as well. Second.
Lulu sent you a new message.
Okay.
Whew, the cultist fucking crit.
The coldest fucking
Right, cool.
crit.
So the cultists, as a group, make their move first. They all immediately begin to swarm the group that's just appeared. They all move in formation towards you, and they're going to engage you in melee combat. So each cultist gets an attack. Because you're in the front, it's going to be 2 on Pindaris and 2 on Baldur.
Oh god damn it! Please don't die.
First, you have to let Borg do it once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm half health though.
No, you should be full
That's
health.
one attack against Pindaris, miss. 2 attacks against Pindaris, miss.
Ah, easy.
Baldur, does a 15 hit you?
No, I have 17 ace.
Cool. So that's another miss. And they all miss. Okay, so they're clearly not particularly well versed in the art of combat. They come at you with these drawn scimitars. Sorry. But you're able to deflect their blows as they come. Cairo, you've been in this battle for a good solid 10 minutes now, you and Mortlock. You've been engaged with this figure in the middle that's clearly like supernatural and isn't just a regular cultist. However, you've dispatched some of the regular cultists around you, and the remaining cultists have now gone to engage this mysterious group that's come from the flooded chamber beyond. What do you do?
What's the fitted figure doing right now?
At the minute, it's turned back towards you with its sword drawn.
Alright then.
You would
Well, yeah, okay. Well, first I sarcastically remark, adventurers are here to save the day. The new fucking group. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the hooded figure.
Alright.
Because I fear his presence. Give me 1 sec to open my fucking character sheet. There we go. How do I roll Eldritch Blast? Or do I do it manually?
You need to make a ranged spell attack. What you can do? Give me a second. There's an option that lets you do it. Give me a second.
Yeah, I've literally never used it
Yep.
on the character sheet. I mean, I can just roll manually as well.
No, it's all right. If you go to like, you know where you can set up your settings for Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
There's a bit just above the description that says output. Just change it from spell card to attack, and then you can click it again, and then it should just roll an attack, like you would with a sword or something.
Hold on, I don't even.
I
see
put it in. It's alright. Literally, you just need to press it.
There you go.
There you go. See. Unfortunately, that's a miss. However,
Yes.
so in the confusion, you're unable to focus your Eldritch Blast enough to hit the hooded figure. So you missed. Do you do anything else with your turn?
No, I mean that's it for now. I think.
All right. Okay. Right. Mortlock's up. Big fucking Mortlock. He's gonna let out a mighty roar that reverberates throughout the chamber, take up his great club, and just make a mighty swing towards the hooded figure. He does not hit, but he has multi-attack, so he swings back the other direction with his momentum. This time he hits. And deals 10 bludgeoning damage to the figure. By the way, I'm saying Mortlock. Chiron knows who this guy is, right? So does Sonny's character, but Sonny's character isn't here. The rest of you have no fucking idea who this guy is.
Didn't
So he's like, no, you have heard the name Mortlock, but you don't know that this is Mortlock. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't said his name. He hasn't said, I am Mortlock. Pleased to meet you, everybody. I'm Mortlock. No, you haven't had introductions yet. He's just this big fucking, like, 7-foot tall dude with a burnt face, swinging a hammer at a ghost.
Okay.
With that, that's his turn ended. Baldur, you're up.
Fucking epicness. Okay, seeing as there's some strange hooded figure in the back, and to fighting it, I sort of start realizing the situation, and I attack the dude in front of me. The fucking, I don't know what
Do it.
is. Oh, what a surprise!
That is a miss, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, and
That's
a miss.
also a miss. Gee willikers.
Yeah, I'm done.
Borg, you're up.
Right, where can I stand and actually hit somebody in melee right now?
You can just rush through me.
You can walk through Baldur, you can also stand here.
Right. Well, I will walk through Bulbo. Let's see here. Hang on. I'm just considering if I should use something extra here. I'll use reckless attack. If I can just, there we go.
Alright, cool.
Then strike this guy with my battle axe.
You have advantage, so that definitely hits. Cool. Yep, you strike him with a horizontal slash and immediately just bisect him. He falls to the ground in 2 parts dead. Anything else you want to do, E-turn? More movement or anything like that?
I will, as I did that, scoff at everybody missing their attacks and end my turn.
Right, okay. The mysterious ghostly figure. He raises his sword into the air. Lets out this sort of ear-shattering, unearthly shriek. And points his sword towards Pindarus. Pindarus, please make me a wisdom saving throw. Okay, you managed to succeed. He casts his gaze upon you, and you feel something trying to take control of your body. However, you resist the magic, and your will prevails. The figure then turns towards the large burnt man and the tiefling, and makes 2 swift attacks with his short sword towards both of them. The attack on the tiefling misses. The attack on Mortlock hits. Yep, the large man takes 7 piercing damage. That is the end of his turn. Lily, you're up.
Okay, can I do what is it? Can I
What?
do a normal spell plus?
What's that?
Can I do a normal spell plus a cantrip?
You can't do a normal spell, you don't have spell slots.
Oh, don't?
You need to take a long rest. No.
Oh, because I haven't used jump yet.
Yeah, right, okay, let's call it, right. The way spell slots work is you can cast 2 spells a day. Or however many a day. And that's it.
Oh, okay. Well,
You need to take a long rest to regenerate those.
okay.
Oh wait, hang
try-
on. Have you used, how many spells have you used since your level up?
2.
2? Okay, you have 1 more. You do have 1 more. You just need to keep track of that as a spellcaster. You do have, okay, you have 1 more spell slot.
So can I cast a jump spell myself and jump really high and then cast the firebolt?
No, they both take one action. So no, you can't do both in the same time.
Okay, well, try and hit firebolt on big guy with ghost.
Alright, do it. Unfortunately, that's a miss. Your firebolt leaves your hand, however, the ghostly figure seems to have some sort of unnatural perception and just dodges out of the way with it without even looking in your direction. Anything else you'd like to do? Movement or anything like that?
No, I can't.
Okay. Pindaris, your turn.
I attacked this guy, seeing as he attacked me with my sword.
That's a hit.
Alright.
Cool. How do you want to kill this guy?
I want to take my sword and swing it multiple times at his side, just going further and further into his flesh each time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you don't do like a clean bisection like Borg did. You do like a fucking butcher's job of this thing. And
Yeah,
just
it
hack
is.
his fucking insides apart into dust.
Absolutely.
Anything else?
No, no. I just stand put, ready to fight again.
Alright. The cultists, they make their second round of attacks. This one's dead, we can get rid of him. This one moves to take his place, as does this one. Both attacks are aimed towards Pindaris and Borg. The attack on Pindaris is a 20, so it hits. Take 6 slashing damage. And the attack on Borg is a 16. Does that hit? Yeah, it does. Yeah,
Yes.
it hits.
Right.
Your AC's 14. You take 3 slashing damage from the scimitar blow.
How many, sorry?
3.
Right.
That's the cultist. Back to Kairon.
Alright, I'm gonna try and get these fuckers into the fight with the big dude. Let's have a look. Where's the fucking ping button? Can I
Here.
blast the cultist in front of Pindaris with Eldritch Blast yet again?
Yeah, do it. Unfortunately, like, yeah. Your powers are quite with you at the minute. There's too
No,
many
mate,
distractions
the
going
fight's
on.
been happening too
Yeah,
long.
Exactly. It's been happening too long. You're a bit exhausted from all the fighting. So you see, like, what does your Eldritch Blast like look like?
I mean, it's like crackling purple energy in it. Like,
Right.
I mean, literally, the fucking Avi I've got, that's Eldritch Blast right there.
Right. Okay. So yeah, like this crackling, this like, you see the tiefling make some sort of rune in the air and bring forth this crackling beam of like purple lightning. However, it hits the wall just beside the cultist, and the tiefling sort of gives a bit of, oh fucking hell.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'm alright for now.
Cool. It's back to Mortlock. Mortlock's engaged in Mortal Kombat here, so he's going to swing his great club again. He hits. He's got some insane damage as Mortlock. Right. That's 16 bludgeoning damage. He's got a very strong hit against it. Like, despite the fact that it looks like a ghost and it's floating and it's ethereal, when Mortlock strikes with this... I'm going to have to go soon for the fucking cough medicine. My fucking voice is getting punished here.
Yeah.
Like, he swings his great hammer, however, it makes like a solid connection with the Phantom. He swings again. Fuck, and he crits. This guy's gonna kill the boss before you guys get a chance. 18 damage.
Holy fuck.
Mortlock strikes true.
Mortlock's just fucking... You don't want to get a fight with this guy, holy fuck. Alright, that's Mortlock's turn. Baldur, you're up.
Oh hell yeah. So, are these dudes in front of me?
Uh,
All of them?
No, there's 2 of them still alive.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. Well, seeing as I'm fucking frustrated as hell and I'm just focused on fucking this guy in front of me right now, I'm gonna attack him. And miss.
And miss.
But
And hit.
And hit, yay!
Whoa, second bludgeon.
Not quite enough to kill him, but A good amount of damage.
Again, I just forsake my monk course and fucking just hit him.
You do have another key point if you want to spend it for another flurry of blows.
Nah,
Okay,
not right now.
that's your turn. Bog. This cultist has just been smacked in the face by Baldur, so his days are confused.
I don't even see Bobo right now. Where is Bobo? Oh,
He's underneath
me.
Yeah, he's sharing a square with you.
But who did he get hit by? Because the two in front. Oh, okay, there it is. All right.
I'll just move that guy there for the sake of convenience.
I'll fucking step up and slap this guy.
Do it.
Slap a jab.
That's a hit. Yep, you're gonna kill him no matter what. So yeah, you just effortlessly fucking cut him in half. Anything else?
I'm unsure if reckless attack is that just for one turn.
Yeah, it's until the end of your next turn.
Right. Well. I will fucking bisect this guy too, but down the middle, vertically instead.
Oh no, you can't make 2 attacks.
No, but that's this guy.
Oh yeah, that guy's dead. Yeah, he's 100% dead. He's fucking He's
Yeah.
you bisect him like a
slashed
fucking anime. Yeah, just roll him out like you get. All right, it's Vaz's turn next. I'm gonna go take some cough medicine, just like a 2-minute break. Literally, just go get a cup of coffee or something.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Alright.
Right. I'm gonna eat my chip.
Your single chip.
Actually not. It's Pringles, you know. These crisps are lit. Yeah, they're crispy. As you want them to be. I wanted Doritos, but didn't have my favorite Doritos at the store, so fucking rip.
Fucking rip.
Ugh. How am I supposed to be an epic gamer with Doritos and Mountain Dew when I don't have Mountain Dew or Doritos?
That's his hard life, mate.
Yeah. Wow, the rank 3 of Vigilant Protect, they're only fun.
Dude, for warrior tanks in Avatar, surely that's nuts.
Yeah. That's like ignoring the fucking nerf they got, nearly.
Yeah, exactly. And the nerf ain't even shit. Like, I was playing my warrior, dude, and it's still so fucking strong.
Yeah, it still is. It's crazy. Is that a tank essence? Yeah, I guess it is.
I mean, it must be,
taunts.
yeah. Yeah, taunt, and also like you store healing and heal yourself. That, I mean, it seems sick to me. Guess it depends. What's the? Yeah, I guess we don't know what the cooldown. No, it's 2 minutes. That ain't bad.
And it gives you.
50% more damage seems a lot.
And you get 15% dodge at rank 2.
Yeah, I mean exactly. Like it's a mini cooldown, big AOE taunt,
Holy
and
fuck.
you do extra damage. Seems pretty sick.
And you heal and like holy shit. That actually seems
it's actually
really
legit,
good.
innit? I think I'm gonna just play warrior tank next tier for raiding though, so we don't get another rotloused fucking dealio.
Warrior tank is the only
I
tank.
made some fucking ginger tea.
Oh, nice, mate. You're gonna full health.
Yeah.
I think this girl that I'm chatting
Yuki,
with.
I think before next session, we need to do some stuff with your character because there's a bunch of class features that you don't have that you should have. They haven't affected the game too much, luckily. But yeah, like a big part of what makes you a sorcerer, you haven't put in.
So basically, I'm just like a fighter with some spells.
Sorta, kinda, yeah. Like you're missing out on some things.
Where's this other the male tiefling you're talking about? Is that Anthro?
Hell yeah.
That's the one.
Oh.
The male tiefling with the huge British sex appeal.
And the massive horns.
It's not the only thing that's massive.
Borg has a massive one too.
That's what I like to hear.
But you have one horn.
And it's the lower horn.
Sorry for slow.
It's all good.
It's alright, I only got back like 20. I'm putting the fight music straight back on. No fucking dilly-dally.
Hell yeah.
We're straight back in. Alright, it's now the ghostly figure's turn once again. He's gonna raise his sword in the air once again with a little flourish and point it towards Chiron this time. Chiron, please make me a wisdom saving throw.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, okay.
We are too strong.
You'd sense some like distinct evil magical energy try to get inside your head and control you, but you just fucking shrug it off like it's nothing.
Yeah, I'm like, demonic powers.
Yeah, and you just give a bit of a dismissive gesture,
Yeah.
and the ghost sort of like reels back in shock and surprise. However, he takes He takes his sword out once again, turns immediately towards Mortlock, makes an attack.
This guy's
Hits Mortlock,
fierce.
hits him right in the burnt side of the head, sending Mortlock howling. That's for 8 damage. Then he turns around and begins to float towards the party that have just come out of the corridor. Now, because you're both in melee range, you and Mortlock both get attack of opportunity against him. You can't use a spell for that though. You need a feat
No,
for
no.
that. But you can use whatever melee weapon you have on hand.
I don't have one, mate. I've got a sling or a light crossbow, but I have no melee weapon.
I'll say you can use the sling then. That's fine.
Alright, I'll blast the sling.
That is a hit with your sling.
How do I roll the damage?
You press the word sling in the chat box.
Alright, okay.
There
Easy
you go.
game.
Right, cool. So yeah, you bring out your little fucking slingshot thing, Dennis the Menace, and actually hit and sort of plonk a rock against its head.
Who needs
Mortlock also
ruling
swings.
powers?
Well, I've got a slingshot. Mortlock also uses Great Hammer, hits, and makes a mighty attack that would do 20 bludgeoning damage. However, as Mortlock swings, even though the rock from the sling hit the ghost just a second prior, his hammer literally swings straight through the ghostly form of the figure. And, like, Mortlock has to struggle not to fall over with the momentum, and he's greatly surprised by this. But yeah, the attack passes straight through it, dealing no damage.
No.
Vaz, sorry, well, that's his name, but the ghostly figure then approaches Borg and uses his multi-attack to do another sword strike aimed towards Borg. That hits.
Yeah, flex.
Borg take 4
No.
piercing damage.
Ach nein. I'm looking very damaged right now.
Yep, the ghostly figure makes a mighty strike against Borg and like rips open part of her abdomen. Lily, your turn.
Okay. I am at the ghost again for another fireball. Firebolt, not
Surely that's a hit.
That is a hit, yes.
peril damage.
If you want.
There you go.
Excellent. So just a slight singe against the ghostly figure's robes, but it does manage to hit. Anything else you want to do?
I'll
Yeah,
step
she did
into
heal.
the room a bit while doing it, so I want a bit better view. And then
Is that the end of your turn?
yes.
Pin, you're up. You've got a cultist, and now you've got this spectral, floating, ghostly Nazgul to worry about as well.
I still see this guy, the coldest, as the biggest threat, as he's right in front of me. So once
Really,
again,
these chumps. Okay,
yeah. Well, he's right there, you know. So I hit him with my sword.
that's a hit. Cool. How do you kill him?
I swing my sword at his legs and just chop them straight off, making him do like a barrel roll or like a fucking side front flip.
Okay, cool. Yeah, his body fucking flips like a fucking Ferris wheel in the air and splashes down into the water.
Yeah, yeets out of there.
Okay, this would be the cultist turn, but they're all dead. However, Baldur and Lily, you hear a noise behind you. You turn around and see that another wraith floating towards the group from behind.
Oh god.
Fucking
They're
hell.
gonna join the battle now.
Oh god, oh fuck.
Oh god, oh
Oh,
fuck, oh man.
Oh god, oh man! However, their initiative is fucking bollocks, so it goes to Kieran now.
I will once again attempt to Eldritch Blast this hooded ghost figure.
Maybe one day you'll get it. No, no dice, sorry.
Fizzled out again.
You fizzled out.
Feel
you-
the wrath of my Eldritch Blast!
It's like a fucking, like a bonfire
I
night.
slip in the water.
Unfortunately, no, you don't make your hit. Anything else you want to do, E-turn?
Can I sling the ghost dude?
No, the both actions.
Yeah, that's
you
what I
only got one
figured. I
action
figured
to
I can't. Yeah,
turn. Is there anything that you can do with like a bonus action with you? With
no,
your
I got
class?
not right now.
Right, okay.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Cool. Mortlock is going to immediately chase after the ghost, let out a mighty roar and attack with his great hammer once again. He misses the first strike, swings back around with momentum, hits the second. Hits into the ghost again. However, once again, as he makes his attack, the great hammer slips straight through the ghostly frame. And at this point, Morlock's got a great look of confusion and panic on his face. He doesn't know what's going on. He does not fucking like it. Baldur, your turn.
Interesting. Well, I see this fucking shadowy apparition behind me.
Yep.
So I rush over to that and attack it.
Do it. Give me a second. That is a hit.
Oh, god damn it, I couldn't make my joke.
So I calm down and
Finally get to fucking roll damage with your quarterstaff.
a few seconds to channel
Excellent.
my inner key, and I hit him.
You also get the fist attack, if you so choose.
And I hit with that one as well.
Yep.
And I will use my flurry of blows finally again.
Yep.
Do another hit, and that
That's
one
a hit.
is epic game. Finally.
Okay, cool. You shimmy around, brandish your quarterstaff, and in 3 incredibly quick blows to this figure, it lets out a shriek and falls limp to the ground,
Oh, fucking
splashing against the water. You killed it. You fucking one-shot it.
Wow. You actually hit for once.
He was meant to be, that thing was meant to be like a threat coming in, you know?
Not anymore.
yeah.
Cool. Okay, that's Baldur's turn. Borg, you're up. There's only one enemy in the room now, and he's basically surrounded.
Yeah, I figured. Then I shall shilly shally no longer and fucking.
Ooh, speaking of which, yeah, you did actually execute him. Well, you didn't, but you know, you did a lot of damage, you created. Your battle axe strikes true into the ghostly figure. It lets out another high-pitched shriek that echoes throughout the chamber walls. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Dab.
Dab.
Okay,
Epically.
I'm finished. That's how it's done.
Wait, so could he just not finish it because he was like an NPC?
No, there's a specific mechanic that the boss unit is using.
Wait,
But however, basically, I'll tell you after the battle. Cool, the ghostly figure's turn now. He raises his sword into the air once again. This time points it immediately straight into Borg's face. Borg, make a wisdom saving throw, please.
I have
Oh.
no brains. This is going to end badly.
But it would be epic.
Cool. The magical energy shoots out from the ghostly figure, and unlike Kairon and Pindaris, you are not able to resist. You all see this like purple light enshroud Borg, and she's frozen on the spot. You are now stunned until the end of your next turn. So you're frozen essentially now. Using this advantage, the ghost takes a swing at you. However, he misses. He then pirouettes, makes a flourish with his sword, and takes a quick slash at Pindaris.
Please do not hit.
He hits. However, he only deals 3 piercing damage. What health are you on?
On 1! I'm on 1
One
HP!
HP. Okay, cool. The ghostly figure then takes his hand and sort of, what's the word for it? Like, motions over his face and over his body, and you see him slowly turn invisible. So you can't fucking see it now, but it's still there.
Fucking GG.
The other phantom doesn't get a turn. Lily, it's your turn. The ghostly figure just turned invisible.
Oh my god. Bulbo is still fighting the back there, right?
No, I killed it.
No, he killed it. You gotta find some way to find this invisible ghost.
Yeah, I'm looking at my spells there if I haven't found. Click. I don't have anything to do really. I do firebolt in the air around where he was. Like direction.
Sorry,
Yeah.
give me a sec. I've got to text something.
He's gotta be the buttman for a moment.
Right. Okay. Sorry about that. Lily, is there anything you can do with your turn to detect
Yeah,
the
I
ghost?
just fire a firebolt randomly in the
Right, okay.
general direction where he saw it
Unfortunately,
last.
no, that's not able to hit. Actually, yeah, you know what? You're quick enough, you're straight after. You throw the fireball into the air, and you do see that it hits something. It fizzles out into something. So please roll damage. Yep. So it hits something in the air. However, you're still not able to actually see the ghost. Pindaris, you're up.
Just I need to read something. Since I don't know where this person is, but becoming this paladin, this new thing I'm trying out, I can sense where it is, and I use one divine sense point that I have.
I fucking knew that this would happen. Very nice. Very thematic. Okay,
Very
cool.
thematic.
So you can detect its presence, but no one else can. But you can see its outline,
Yeah.
and at the minute, it's still right in front of you. It's just turned invisible. You can see its outline. However, that's an action, so you can't make an attack.
Yeah, I know.
But you can
I-
direct
yeah.
people, seeing where it is. You can, like, as a bonus action, you could point and say it's right there.
Yeah, I want to point and say, Bork, big orc woman, it's right in front of you. It's right there. I can sense it. It's right there. And I end my turn.
Right, Kieran, you're up. You've just seen this fucking insane guy claim he can see an invisible thing.
Yeah. No, I figure. Well, I'm gonna trust him. I was tempted to throw my bottle of ink in the direction, but I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast in that direction, and then finally attempt to hit. All right, here we go.
Here we
Powering
go.
up my
Here we
runic-
go.
Here
I'm
we go.
drawing the
Oh,
runic
yeah.
power.
Yeah. Oh, come
Yeah.
on.
I throw it, and then I say, "You fucking fool! There's nothing there because I didn't miss."
Yeah, exactly. And then you just yeah, exactly. You throw it, and it it's a whisker past the ghost. But it doesn't matter because you didn't miss. It just isn't there. You keep making sure. Yeah. Morlock is under great confusion. He doesn't want to swing his great hammer blindly in case he hits one of you guys. So he's going to skip a turn for now. Baldur, you're up. Do you believe Pin when he says that the invisible thing's there?
Well, considering that we've been traveling for a while now, yeah, I do. And I charge in that direction, and kind of just channel my inner just to fucking hit him with my staff.
Your inner weeb.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you do miss.
Yeah. Well,
It's invisible, you know, it's hard to see.
yeah,
Can't just hit invisible things willy-nilly.
that's true. But watch my fists. Oh, that's the wrong thing.
Okay, you do hit with your fists, however. You do punch out into the air, and you do feel yourself, like, against something.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep, 7 bludgeoning damage. You make contact with your fist, so you know that something's there. So you can back up Plin's fucking insane rambling.
Yeah. It's definitely here. I can feel its flesh, or whatever it is.
Feel its flesh.
I can
I don't
feel
know.
it.
Then I will come feel its flesh as well. Where the fuck is Bulbo?
I'm on
Oh,
top.
he's
Inside.
underneath me again. Mm. I'll fucking swing in the same direction as Bulbo just pointed out then.
Try it. Unfortunately, you don't hit anything.
Lol. Okay, I fucking lash out at Bulbo. What the fuck? You said he was there. Why
He
do
most
you
definitely is.
humiliate me?
Maybe you should become more accurate.
I'm the one who's been killing shit so far.
Alright. The ghost's turn. Bulbo, as you were arguing with Borg, it makes an attack. And hits. Bulbo, as you are arguing with Borg, you feel something slice against your shoulder. Not just that, but the wound immediately stings as if there's some sort of poison inside it. Please take 7 slashing damage and 4 necrotic damage.
Oh, fucking hell.
So that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage! The ghost is now visible again. He flourishes with his sword and makes an attack with his blade towards Borg. However, he misses this attack,
Serves him
which
right.
is good, because that probably would have knocked you unconscious.
Yes.
In his final move in his turn, he then points his sword again towards Pindaris. Pindaris, wisdom saving throw, please. Actually, it's good that you missed then, Borg, because I forgot. You were stunned. So you weren't even able to make that turn anyway.
All right.
You were stunned. But it didn't matter because you missed.
Everybody forgot.
So it was a setup. Okay, unfortunately, you do not resist this time. You all see again the same sort of faint purple glow encase Pindaris that encased Borg. You are now stunned until your next turn. So the next turn you have, you can't make. Gone. Lily, your turn. I'll make like some sort of status thing.
I think I can do that too, actually.
I wonder, can I use my firebolt to remove
That
the
can be
stun
stunned.
on someone?
No, you can't.
Then I just like to go to the right and do like a blind push with my dagger all around me to fight it. Then
It's not blind, you can see the ghost again. After it
Oh,
attacked,
I
it
can see
became
the
visible.
ghost.
You can see it now, yes.
Oh, then I did the fireball.
Yep. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit. You miss your fireball, it goes careening past the Wraith's hood. Anything else
Wait,
you'd like to do?
is Bulbo there?
Yes, Bulbo's there.
Oh, so it's with an advantage, right?
Yes, it is within advantage, but it still doesn't hit. It's only a 14. Anything else?
No.
Pindaris is encased in arcane energy and
I
cannot move.
am stunned.
Chiron, your turn.
But then,
I'm finally gonna hit with Eldritch Blast now.
Finally gonna do it.
I'm empowered in my fucking
Half-time
hand
rocket.
once again. Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah,
Hell
finally!
yeah.
Is this the time?
Crackling purple lightning comes out. You don't have it set up to do damage.
I do
that's
not
fine.
have it set up to do
I will.
damage.
I will.
It
set it
does,
up for you
man.
now. It's easy.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
just
you
1d10
missed
in it.
then.
It's like, it doesn't do any damage. Is it force damage for Eldritch Blast? Let me just do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. It is force damage,
Force.
but also for these purposes, I have agonizing blast, which adds my charisma modifier to the damage.
That's fine. I'm just gonna add it all in. Plus K. Damage. There we go. Right. Okay. You should see on your attacks thing
Yeah,
just
yeah, I got
below.
it.
You hit dice. It should now say the attack. Yep.
It does. Shall I just?
So just roll it again, but we'll take the
yeah,
25
yeah,
to hit.
yeah, sure.
Yeah. So it's 25. Just roll damage.
I'm just washing my hands.
Cool.
real quick.
5 force damage. Yep. This crackling purple energy comes out of your hands, and you're finally able to make a hit.
I rolled a fucking 1. 1.
Literally rolled a 1, but it's something, isn't it?
Yeah, well, at least I've got fucking charisma bonus.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else you want to do?
No, that's it for now.
All right, Mortlock. Another swing from Mortlock. Takes a swing with his great hammer. Misses that one. Uses the momentum for another swing. Misses that one as well. Can't seem to hit. Just, he's too fucking exhausted. Mortlock's visibly exhausted. He can barely lift his hammer at this point, even though he's a huge guy. So he's just fucking flailing wildly at this point.
Sweet.
Baldur, your turn.
Freak yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna fucking attack him, I guess, because I'm good at hitting. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I'll use my claws this time. And okay.
All right.
And you miss both, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right then. Okay, Bog.
Alright. Do I once and for all, once again and for all,
Once
have
again
to
and for
show
all.
you guys how it's done?
You may. That's a hit. How do you want to kill it?
I'm not in. I want to do it in an exuberant fashion to really demonstrate how easy he is to kill. And really show everybody how bad they are.
We're just like, yeah, get out of my way.
No, I'll fucking slash him diagonally with the big axe.
Cool. Okay, as you slash, the wraith lets one final high-pitched fucking roar that echoes all throughout the chamber, and it finally drops to the floor, its robes in a heap, making a splash in the water as it goes. That's the first boss fight of the campaign done.
Hey. What do you mean? We had the
So
axe.
that one wasn't the same as the one Baldur killed.
No, it's not the same. No, that was a much weaker one. No, if it was the same, you'd all be dead by now. Like for sure. All right. The wraith is dead, and the heat of battle sort of dissipates slowly. Mortlock's there, sort of breathing heavily, resting against his hammer. For now, I'm gonna leave it to you guys and see what you do.
And he fucking did all the work.
Looking visibly hurt, I still sort of ask Bolbo and this new tiefling-looking guy what the fuck they were doing all this time, throwing magic and attacks everywhere they shouldn't be.
I say, blustering orc, you're lucky, Mortlock, and I were here to save your life.
Borg doesn't need saving. She only needs ale. An ass.
I said, that's not what it looks like, judging by your wounds.
I just hit the fucking stupid ass orc and fucking walk up to this big dude. What's his name? Oh yeah, I don't know his
Mortlock.
name.
You don't know his name.
Yeah.
How
He's-
he was like really hurt, right?
Yeah, he's bleeding
mean,
from several places.
You
and he's
do know his
exhausted.
name now, because I literally just said it in the dialogue.
Yeah, no, yeah. Chiron mentioned his name, you can assume
Yeah.
it's Mortlock.
Okay. How are you doing, my fellow big man?
He sort of leans against his great hammer and heaves his mighty frame up and looks at all of you. What are you doing here? Who sent you?
We're at the Flaming Fist.
The Flaming Fist. They know of this place?
Well, no, they sent us out on a mission to annihilate all of the rest of the Dead Three, and it led us to this bathhouse, whatever it even is.
Yes, the bathhouse above. I see. You're all here on the same mission then?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know about the tiefling that can't hit his spells over there, but we are, yes.
That one's with me.
Alright.
Chiron. We owe these people our lives. They deserve an explanation.
I suppose they do.
Mortlock holds a mighty gauntleted hand towards Baldur to shake it. I am Mortlock Vamthamper of the Baldur's Gate Vamthampers.
Yeah.
I was betrayed here.
I took his hand, just shaking.
He gestures towards all of you. These cultists conspired with my brothers to kill me. If you hadn't come along, me and Chiron would be dead. We owe you our lives.
No problem.
It seems though you did a lot of work here. As I
Quite.
point like at the dead cultists around the room.
Aye. This lot have been on my family's payroll for a while now. My family are paying the Dead Three to murder people around the city. Their goal is to prove the Flaming Fist can't do its job. Once this is proven, the Flaming Fist will leave the city, and with them gone, there'll be no one to stand in the way of my brother and my mother becoming the city's next Grand Duke. As she gets her way, Baldur's Gate will share Elturel's fate and be dragged down into the Nine Hells.
Do you know what happened to Alter?
I too. Orchestrated by associates of my mother and my family. It was plane shifted. I don't know by what means or by who, but Elturel currently lies in the first layer of the Nine Hells, Avernus.
The Nine Hells.
Yes. These cultists are merely pawns of my demon-worshipping mother.
Why are you here in this room? How is significant is this room?
I was sent here with another associate. She must be somewhere in the dungeon. Katla, a tiefling lass. Did you see her?
Oh,
Oh,
Katla.
we know.
We rescued her earlier, but she got touched by one of the cultists, and she kind of vanished into some ash or something.
I see. Possibly plane shifted to Avernus then. I didn't realize some of the cultists had that kind of power, but I suppose nothing's beyond the reach of my mother. We were captured here. These cultists must have been bought off by my brother Amric. He's been trying to get rid of me since I was a young boy. They were planning to have me killed down here. Luckily, me and Chiron managed to fight them off until you arrived.
I assume you don't share the same interests as your family.
I once did. Until they made an attempt on my life, as you can see. Now I have no interest in working with my family anymore. I plan to leave Baldur's Gate as soon as I can. If you made it this far, most of the leaders of the Dead Three cult are dead. Without them, the cult should break up. But if If you are to get to the source of this mystery, I highly suggest you meet with my brother, Amric.
Old Amric. The one
Aye.
who sent me here to kill you, Mortlock.
That one, yes. He runs a money-lending business out of a tavern in the lower city called the Low Lantern. My mother doesn't expect much of me, but she thinks the world of Amric. He's always been the favorite. The other brother, Thirstwell, he has a network of spies throughout the city. Invisible imps summoned from Avernus. He probably already knows you're here. Might have even been tracking your movements throughout the cultist dungeon. However, he won't be a threat. He's a weak little sap. Rarely leaves the estate.
Did you say he commands imps?
Yes. Devilish
Tells
little
me-
bleeders.
That tells me we should still consider him as sort of threat if he's got
I
imps.
suppose, yes. With his information gathering, he'll be able to supply Amric with ample information as to your whereabouts. I would be careful traversing the city if I were. Regardless, the Van Thamper family need dealing with. The Flaming Fist are ineffectual and will not be able to take hold of the leads and clues that lead to my family. I charge you with dealing with my brothers. Hopefully you'll be able to bring some good back to this town. Chiron,
Mortlock.
I leave you in the company of these adventurers. Make sure
Well,
they
where are
behave
you going?
themselves. I am to leave Baldur's Gate. My brothers have already made an attempt on my life and I am already weakened. I fear their next attempt will be more successful.
Where will you hide? Just outside the city.
I'll book passage on a ship to the island of Chult, to the wastes of Icewind Dale, perhaps. But I will find a way outside.
Do you have any of your fabled family money? Or is this a real bandit's getaway for you?
I have meager supplies upon me at the minute. I suppose, and he looks towards the other members of the group. You lot knowing your type, you'll want a reward for your valorous effort into saving me and stopping the cult, yes?
The reward is always greatly appreciated.
If you have ale, big man.
Fortunately, I do not carry drink on me at all times. However, I do have a small fund that I can spare that may prove useful in procuring ale. He undoes a pouch from his belt and throws it towards Baldur. That should last you some time. I also noticed the cultists have stolen treasure up in that alcove there. He points to the right towards the stairs.
Do you know how to get out from this point?
I do. There's a trapdoor up ahead that leads back into the bathhouse.
Thank you,
Well-
Mortlock.
Take your loot, gather your strength, and we'll be off. And Mortlock sort of goes over to the side wall, leans against it to recover his strength.
I wanna run up here then and fucking loot.
I'm gonna pick
Cool.
up.
You see a large sort of black wooden chest in the alcove.
Is it locked?
Do you attempt to open it?
Yes.
Yes, it is locked.
I pick up the pouch that he dropped since Baldur did not.
No, I took it.
Now Baldur caught it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know if you saw
whack it
my.
open, or do I need pick locking? Or lock picking, I mean.
I call on our followers to come up as well, since they're like behind.
What you shout, Clem and Vendetta.
Yeah. Them two.
You shout, your shout echoes throughout the halls. However, you get no reply. You hear no footsteps.
Fucking. Do I have to walk back there?
Maybe.
Well. I won't do that just yet. I will fucking search the corpse of this thing, the spirit ethereal thing.
The Wraith.
Wraith. That's it.
You try to search it, but all it is just a wet, empty robe.
Well,
Can I break this chest open?
You can try, yeah. Give me an athletics check. Or make an attack roll actually against its AC. Make an attack roll with battle axe.
Should be easy enough. Fucking smack this bitch open.
You heave your battle axe into the air, and with a mighty strike, you bear it down upon the lid of the chest. However, it ricochets and bounces off.
What?
The chest is made of some very hard material, clearly.
Can I try and
Wow.
open it with a fireball?
Try, you make an attack with the fireball. You fire your fireball towards the chest, however it just dissipates right off the visage of the chest.
I pull out my
Doesn't
big
the 23
axe.
count because Borg is done in next?
Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. You aim your fireball against the lock of the chest, and you see that it heats to a great heat and it begins glowing red, but eventually it dissipates and does not open.
I pull out
Well,
my big
these-
axe, and I also try to hit it, cause
Try it, you fucking meathead.
wow, okay.
Yeah, you just glancing strike the chest, and you're unable to damage it in any way.
Does
Okay.
anybody pick locks around?
I'm gonna walk up to you all laughing. At your...
You literally just see these guys just fucking hitting this chest.
yeah, laughing at you.
It's like that scene in like Zoolander, where it goes, the files are in the computer, and they start like hitting the computer.
I'm like, what are you doing? Can I inspect the chest and see if there's any markings on it that give anything away?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
We aren't as clever as we seem.
What the fuck are you, investigation, my dude? Oh, bad.
Cool. So what you can deduce is that it's made from some sort of like very, very hard black marble-like substance, and there
Okay.
is a metal padlock keeping it locked.
Alright.
I try and loot some of these corpses to see if there's any keys or anything.
You loot each individual cultist, however there is no keys upon them, there's nothing upon them, they're just naked old colours.
Bulbo, do you still have that keychain?
I am not there. I've been fucking walking downstairs.
You walked over here.
Baldur.
Cool. So you've walked down here, you've made a discovery. So before you lie the dead bodies of Vendetta and Clint. They're both dead, floating in the water. You also notice, just beside them, in the sort of blood-streaked water as it pools all around their corpses, you see a set of clothes discarded into the water. Yeah, floating on the water. Clothes. Roll me an
Clothes or
investigation. Clothes, like
Okay.
what you wear.
Yeah.
Roll me an investigation check if you care. Yep. You immediately recognise these as the clothes of the frail old lady from the ballroom previous.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Well,
You deduce from these clues that the frail old lady was in fact a phantom in disguise and had killed both your followers.
fucking shit, fuck off. I kneel down and say a small.
Like, you were in for such a good reward if you kept Clem alive. And then you
Yeah.
just left all these followers together in one room, and you just left them to go fight. And it turned out that old lady that you saved was like a cultist.
fucking in.
And just turned into a cultist and killed them both.
Hey, you could have fought something out. Just say, hey, come with us.
But you fucking rushed in.
Yeah, I rushed in. You didn't have to.
Well,
Borg is reckless.
Well, whatever.
That's quite funny, though.
I kneel down and just search both of their corpses because I'm fucking.
Vendetta, all she
Bad.
carries is 2 iron daggers. She carries 2 iron daggers, and she also carries a badge similar to your Flaming Fist badge. However, it rather than a Flaming Fist emblem, it depicts a black dragon, sort of in a spiral pattern, emblazoned upon it. Klim, he's literally just in a loincloth, so he carries nothing.
Okay, so I pick both their bodies up because I'm fucking huge.
Yep.
And walk back to my group.
Whoa, you zoomed.
Yep. Just as you're like walking back towards the group, trudging through the water, you hear Pindaris shout, "Bobo, do you still have those keys?"
I am slightly pissed off because I'm walking with 2 dead corpses and I don't respond, and I walk over here and place them on this little island or whatever it is.
I just follow him.
So, and I
Oh.
see the rest of the group and I walk in to the chest. So, our friends over there are dead, apparently, and it would seem the old lady we found killed them. So that wasn't very good. They didn't have anything of value on them, but
Well, if he offered a reward, shouldn't his reward be on his person?
No, he did say that his family would give you a reward for his safe return.
Of course.
well, since I did hear Pindari still, I kneel down and try my keys on the chest.
Alright, cool. You try each individual key, and eventually one pops the lock open.
I clap.
Very good. You use the key to unlock a lock rather than
I
just
call
smashing it.
dibs.
Cool. Alright. Okay, guys. I need someone to write this down because there's going to be a lot of fucking loot right now.
Holy shit.
Okay, cool. You find in the chest, inhales, a grand total of 150 gold pieces.
Yeah.
You notice 2 red crystal vials with gold stoppers on them. You can take some time to identify the liquid inside.
Yeah.
You also pull out a delicate-looking porcelain dragon mask. And you pull out a bronze crown with 5 spires atop it. You notice that each of the 5 spires is shaped and painted to resemble one of each 5 kinds of chromatic dragon. So they're each shaped like dragons, these 5 spires. One is black, one is blue, one is green, one is red, and one is white. So that's what you got. You've got these vials, these 2 vials, potions. You've got this bronze crown with the 5 dragon spires. You've got a porcelain dragon mask, and you've got 150 gold pieces total.
How do you split 150?
Oh well, would you look at that? A bunch of dragon-themed items.
What are this cult's obsession with dragons?
What's in these vials? Can I like try and inspect to see what's in them?
Roll me
Dragon's blood in it, mate.
roll me an Arcana check or a Nature check, whichever's higher.
Well, they're both the same, so it doesn't matter, I guess. I'll do fucking nature.
Okay, you spend some time studying the contents of the bottles, taking little sips and see what happens. I will give this to all of you in your journals. You recognize them as 2 potions of fire breath.
Oh.
You can drink the potion and fucking breathe fire at people.
Glorious. Become your own. Wear the fucking dragon mask and take the fire breath potion and be
Yep.
truly epic. Pure fucking ritual, this chest.
Alright.
There's two of them.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. So that's all in your sort of group inventory now.
I want to ask Bobo why you just walked in with 2 dead bodies.
Well, on our journey in this very large bathhouse, we encountered these two fellas, and what was fucking Climo again? He was like a merchant, right? I
Yeah,
think.
he was. He said he was a noble. He says he was of a
Yeah,
noble
noble.
house in the upper city.
Yeah, and we encountered these people, and one of them was a noble, and the other one, we didn't really know much about her, but she seemed alright. She didn't really trust the Flaming Fist, though.
So you dragged 2 people to their death down here.
They were already down here.
We
You
tried
really
to
left them to die.
we tried to save them, and we left them with an old lady.
Very
But
sad.
we didn't
But where are we going next?
think that
We
they
need to
would
find like a map or something.
die.
I need
Well, Mordlock told us there's a trapdoor to get out of here just up ahead.
Yeah, we
But
can
where
go
are we
through the
going when we're
trapdoor.
out of here?
Probably should go and see to the brothers, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Seeing as
And
Mortlock
Mortlock
has
overhears
charged
the
you.
conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
I suggest that once we're out of this bathhouse, you head towards the Low Lantern in the lower city. Primarily because you may be wanted men and women in the city now.
Lower Lantern.
The Low Lantern, yes. It is a ship docked in the port of the lower city. It serves as a tavern, gambling den, money laundering business for my brother Amric.
Well, I suppose we'll head out and try and find that ship.
Well, before we leave, I want to insult all of your presences by frowning at the dead bodies and casting prestidigitation, or whatever the fuck it's called, to play a very sad and short violin tune for the dead bodies.
You got the little violin.
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing a violin motion while it plays.
Alright, cool. Mortlock addresses the rest of the party. Are you done mourning your dead? Can we move on before more of these cultists find us?
Yes.
Yes, but you show the way.
Mortlock heaves his mighty frame off of his warhammer and begins making his way up towards this room. He then
What?
moves to this area. So it's sort of a wide open hall. This room. There are a bunch of burnt torch stubs that litter the floor, and over on this side, these 3 stars denote 3 statues. 3 very familiar statues at this point. The center statue resembles a man covered in armor except for a bare chest and a bucket helm. He's also sort of like painted red, symbolizing blood. The statue in the north represents something that you haven't seen before. He has chainmail on, sort of like a leather chainmail mix, like a sort of mercenary armor. He wields a scimitar. However, this is normally it's Baal's regalia. However, rather than a skull visage, he has a harlequin mask on his face. The statue to the south portrays a black-robed figure, except this time the face is not obscured. The face has a long white beard, and it looks like a rotted old man's face. His jaw's wide open, and his bony hands outstretched towards the room. You can deduce that these statues are sort of primary worshipping idols of the Dead Three.
Well, since everybody went up there, I'm kind of curious as to what's up here. Is there like anything up here?
Yes, there is. This
I wanna go
room seems to be some sort of storage alcove for torches. There's just a shitload of torches here. You can take as many as. And there's a door here.
I take, like, are they lit?
No, they're all unlit, but they're all like attached to the wall.
I take
Lit gamers.
Fucking lit, bro.
5 and stuff them in my shell.
Cool. All right.
You're a fucking hoarder.
That's what you find in that alcove.
Yeah, Bulba's a fucking hoard. He doesn't need any backpacks or anything. He just puts in a shell, and that's why he's so big. It's like,
Galman.
Skal, man. And then I walk down.
I picture Bulbo as like a really thin turtle, but his shell is huge, and he's very tall.
I mean, I'm fucking 600 pounds, dude. You can.
It's 600 pounds of shit in just fucking in your shell.
Mortlock walks forward and approaches the statue of the Harlequin-faced figure. He then climbs atop the statue and reaches towards the head and unhinges the mask to reveal a familiar skull face. It has 2 sort of rubies inlaid inside the eye sockets. He pushes the right-hand ruby into the socket, and the wall here gives way to reveal a dark secret passage.
There was a door in the torch room that we didn't check out, wasn't there, Bobo?
Was there?
Yeah.
This corridor also leads down there.
Is there any chance I can pull the other ruby out of the statue's eye?
You can try.
I will try.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check then. It'll probably be a low DC. Fantastic. So you're able to sort of wedge your fingers in and sort of unscrew the ruby and pull it out. However, as you do, you feel a strong magical energy overcome you. Please make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh.
Alright, cool. You are now cursed. You have been cursed by the curse of Baal. The curse of Baal prevents you from benefiting from any and all magical healing.
Alright,
So you cannot be healed by any means other than rest.
got it.
And the curse, since you're adept in magic and you understand curse magic, you can feel immediately this curse is permanent unless you get a remove curse spell cast on you.
Alright, perfect.
Does that mean you can keep the ruby? If
Yeah,
he
you
gets
can keep the
removed?
ruby.
Oh,
Keep
yeah.
the ruby. Yeah.
Hell yeah!
I mean, you don't know how much it's worth.
Yeah, but I'm pocketing it, and it's like a van, so nobody even
Yep.
saw.
Yep.
Watching me.
Exactly, yeah. Well, Mortlock might have saw, but Murloc didn't give a
Yeah, Morlock don't give a shit, mate. We're buddies.
Actually, I have a black gem in my inventory that we picked up the other day.
fuck. Yes, you do.
Can I go there and try and replace the missing ruby with the black gem?
You can try, yeah. Give me a sleight of hand.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Like,
So you hastily climb up the statue and push the black gem inside the eye socket. It rests inside of it and slowly turns red to resemble a ruby again and glimmers. However, there's no over effect.
Oh,
Good, take it back.
Oh, I want another member of my party to be cursed.
I attempt to climb out of the trapdoor above the statue.
Yeah, it's not like it's not a trapdoor. It's like it's a wall that's just giving way. It's a secret door.
Oh,
Can we
It wall
enter?
gives way to a staircase.
Can we enter here?
Yes.
Well, I fucking go in here.
Cool.
I follow
You encounter a storeroom, and it's full of fucking rats.
Can I pick one up?
Are we fighting them?
No, you're not fighting them at the minute. Do you remember what happened the last time you saw rats in this dungeon?
Yes.
Yeah, I
You sure you
do.
want to stay in the room?
I mean, I wanna
Well-
pick one up and then get the fuck out.
But
Cool.
too
There
many
are also
fucking
several. There are also several crates scattered around the room. You can see they've got stuff in.
I take one more step in.
Okay. Yep. The rats slightly disperse at your presence.
I search the crates.
Okay. So there are 6 crates in total. 2 of them are empty. But with the ones that have things in them, you find a tinderbox. You find a. Go on. Yep.
Yep.
You find a bag of 20 caltrops. So the spiky things you put on the ground.
Yeah.
You find a set of manacles,
I don't even know what that is.
like chains and braces. And you also find 4 familiar-looking red vials that you can immediately recognize as potions of healing.
Po. But I can't use them on Chiron, right?
I don't need healing anymore.
Well, you can use it. You can use it. It just won't have any effect.
Yeah.
Not that you know that. He hasn't told you that yet. So you
I
can,
haven't.
if you want, you can run into the next room and just start fucking force feeding him potions. Like, I don't know why you do that.
I don't even look remotely injured right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just asking. Okay, no. Then I fucking. I still wanna pick a rat up though. Okay, I bow down and try and like touch this rat. That's like.
If you want, yeah. Give me an animal handling check.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, animal
Yeah.
handling.
Yes. I have animal handling
No,
proficiency.
how can I not have higher? I'm a
Okay, so
fucking
you try to gently stroke the rat. However, you're clumsy, and you like sort of knock it over, and it squeaks and runs away into a crack in the wall.
Okay, then I
The
just
rest of the rats begin squeaking and disperse to the back of the
Yeah.
room away.
I feel ashamed and walk out.
I ask you why you tried to pick up a rat.
Because the rats in here seems to have been forced to do things, and I just like them.
Okay.
What did you
Forced to do
find
what
in
kind
there?
of things?
Well, one of them seems to have been used as a puppet almost. To
Wait, do you remember earlier our 3 followers, or two of them were found dead, and the other one's outfit was lying on the ground?
yeah,
What if it turned into a rat?
that. Let's go.
Teenage
move,
Mutant
I guess.
Ninja Turtles canon
Yeah.
all of a sudden.
What did you find in there, Bob? Other than
Yeah,
rats?
Wait, when you get to like level 5 and you just start in your descent into hell, I'm gonna be like, and then Master Splinter shows up. And it's like, Master Splinter all along.
He's ordered pizza.
If only you'd killed him when he was still a small rat.
And now he's a 10th level monk and he's gonna kick all your
Yeah,
ass.
exactly. Master Splinter of
Yeah.
Mal.
Okay.
Cool.
So I don't even know what the fuck's in this statue, so I'm just gonna ignore these statues because I wasn't even here when you.
Morlock asks impatiently, "Are you all done now? Can we leave?"
I believe so.
Cool.
Yes.
We've all gathered
Alright.
here to leave.
You all head through the dark passage, climbing the stairs, up slowly, back to the top level.
Is it through where Morlock's standing?
Delete all of you.
We've been deleted from the
Cast you
astral
into
plane.
darkness. But wait! The bathhouse trapdoor leads you to the interior of the bathhouse. Can you all see that there?
No.
I saw
What?
you ping it, but it's all black.
It's all black, okay. Give me a sec. Why do none of these tokens have sight? Oh, these tokens are full on fucked it. Oh, it's alright, I can repair the damage.
I can repair
There we go.
these tokens.
So you know.
I'm repairing, don't worry. Can
Yeah.
you see it, Hanami?
Yes.
I'm doing each one individually.
I'll just edit my health because it was back to 24.
This room looks familiar.
Oh, I know why, because I copied your tokens from a separate page. Yeah, you just need to edit your helps to whatever it was.
Fuck was I, like 3?
Something, yeah. What was it? Yeah, 3. Yep, the trapdoor leads up to the front visage of the bathhouse, like the interior of the bathhouse. It's still the middle of the night, so no one's in, and it's dark. But there's no further enemies to dispatch.
How dark is dark? Is there any light at all?
Yeah, there's some light, like you can see like the baths and the
Alright.
doors leading out and stuff, but it's like very dim.
Weren't we in there before?
Mortlock, yeah, you were. It's the same bathhouse. Mortlock turns to the rest of you. I will make my way to the docks and board passage on a ship out of Baldur's Gate. I need to lay low. I'm a wanted man, clearly. Again, I suggest you all head to Low Lantern. If you need additional incentive to go after my brothers, if you're able to capture Amric, it would be an immensely powerful bargaining chip with my mother. My mother values Amric's safety greatly, and you could be in quite the reward for such a ransom.
And Amric's a sickly boy.
I think you may have no, yeah, out of character, yeah. It's
Oh,
because
the
I
other
thought
one,
I
yeah,
fucked
no,
up.
I
the thing.
remember.
First
Yeah,
well,
everyone was sickly.
first
Amric's
well
wrong. First well's the
is-
sickly boy.
Yeah, Firstwell's the middle child,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
he's sickly and weak and pathetic and evil. And Amric is like a pirate dude, and he's the eldest, and he's being groomed for leadership.
So it's Amric, Mortlock, and
Amric is the eldest.
yeah,
Thirstwell is the middle child.
yeah.
Then there's Mortlock, the youngest.
Thirstwell,
Thirstwell, yeah.
like that.
Thirstwell is the guy who has the network of imps.
I already wrote it in.
He's the guy who
Same.
sent assassins to kill Mortlock. He knows. Like,
Oh,
it's,
you
it's
did.
something Thirstwell would do.
Me included.
Before
Well-
we head out,
Yeah,
should
exactly, yeah.
we
Yeah.
split the loot among us? What did you get in that pouch?
Oh, the pouch that the pouch that
Mortlock
that-
gave you.
Mortlock gave me. I don't know what did I get.
Open it.
Yeah, I'll open it and check.
What does he find?
What, the pouch that you were given?
Yeah,
And
A total of 50 gold pieces.
50.
That
Yeah.
means we can get 40 gold pieces each.
Quick maths.
Well, I used to calculate. My internal calculator.
Do you leave?
Not just yet, I think we saw the
Lock the
loot
doors? Okay.
first.
Alright.
do you want to split the loot? Do we get 40 each?
If we split everything, yes. Even,
You're counting the
100
150 plus the 50 we got now.
yes.
150 plus 50 right now.
What? 40 each. Is that
40
alright?
Each.
Is that alright with
Yes.
everyone? Do you have any? to
Seems
say.
fine to me. Because I don't know any of you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, actually.
I was thinking about this before we headed up, but I am Master Pinderus, and these are my followers.
Just to
You're
say,
following.
out of character, I'm at 69 gold pieces.
Same here, dude. Same, dude. No, these aren't actually my followers.
Mortlock gives you, like, sort of a raised eyebrow. Pindarus of House Uvengard.
Yes.
I've heard of your petty house. You're quite well
Petty?
for a commoner.
I'm no commoner, I am a noble.
Indeed. Quite. Yes, well, I will be making my way out of here. I require passage on a ship. I trust you have no further business here?
No, I don't
Believe
think
we
so.
do, no.
Very well. Mortlock turns towards the door and opens the large double doors of the bathhouse. As he opens them, you're faced with 3 robed figures.
Uh-oh.
God damn it.
The doors open, and the 3 robed figures are immediately taken aback, surprised. These do not look like the cultists from the dungeon. They look very different. 2 of them at the back are wearing bright red robes, and they are wearing ornate masks that resemble the head of a dragon. This guy in the front is wearing a dark robe with a sort of black trim, and he has 2 shoulder pads with 2 dragon visage skulls sort of dangling off them. These 2 cultists' heads are obscured. His is not, you can see his face. And he sort of looks on with great surprise. We were not expecting people here. Who are you?
Well, who are you?
The cultist sort of ruffles in indignation at the inquiry as Morlock just holds the doors open, like eyeing them suspiciously. We are here to procure valuables that were stolen from a patron of ours. Since you've clearly been in the interior of the bathhouse, perhaps you've seen them.
What sort of valuable?
Yes, our patron has sent us to acquire several stolen valuables. I trust that I can give you the information, seeing as you don't seem to appear to fit the description of the thieves we were given. Yes, a large bronze crown depicting 5 dragon spires atop it, and a porcelain dragon mask, both very valuable to our patron. Have you seen such wares?
What patron is it that you're presenting?
Give me a persuasion check.
-1.
I have higher charisma. Can I persuade?
No, because you didn't say it. You need to say it. You need to be the first on the ball. It is no business of yours who we serve. We are merely here to collect what is rightfully ours. Have you seen such goods in the bathhouse?
Well, possibly, but I would feel bad about giving it to somebody who I don't know deserve it.
We are prepared to cut you down in our search. I ask you one more time.
We
Oh,
will
yeah.
Seen the
annihilate you.
I wanna step in front and say this foolish turtle has no idea what he's talking about. We've been all through the bathhouse and seen no such thing.
Deception check, please. Finally, a man of culture to speak to. I see. I believe your words. We will continue our investigation elsewhere then. Perhaps this lead was wrong. I don't know who you are, but we have no hostile intent. I bid you adieu. And he bows and gestures to his 2 followers to leave, and they make their way to leave the bathhouse. Boy, that was a weird encounter, hey?
Little
Right,
bit
good
creepo.
that we don't have anything that they mentioned.
Oh yeah, for sure. Literally, why am I so stupid? I have -1 in deception, -1 in performance.
Thing is, like the
-1
people who have high
persuasion.
charisma have got to be the ones that leap on that opportunity. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's just going to be
That's why
Bobo
I-
and an army, and they're
that's
going to be like,
why,
"What's up,
let-
Dave?"
Hey,
Yeah,
I have
exactly.
I have a
Yeah,
decent
I'm
high
always-
charisma.
Oh no, yeah, you do have charisma now.
Yes,
Yeah,
I changed it.
Yeah, no, like someone's got to lead the conversation, and if it's going to be Bobo, it's going to be Bobo.
And Bobo is a stupid
That's why it
toy.
might not be Bobo. It might
That's
not have
part
to
of
be
the,
Bobo.
it's part of the
Bold
fun, though, isn't it?
charisma is my main stat.
Yeah, me
Exactly.
too.
So you have to be like, "Hi, I'm Lily. What's going on?" Start the conversation.
No, I was threatening them. That's also charisma.
Yeah, intimate.
It is, yeah, but it was like in the middle of the conversation. It was all fucking muddled.
I mean, Volvo's not stupid. I mean, he's wise as fuck, but
He's too
not very
zen,
charismatic.
mate.
Yeah, he's not very charismatic.
He just doesn't have the greatest social.
Bobo-
Bobo's just like
Mind is ascended above mere social.
Bobo's just like
Um,
kind of out there, dude.
Oh yeah, I turned to Facia and said we could have fought them, but you don't look like you're in particularly good shape. And I imagine they have fucking potions of dragon's breath or fire breath and shit, given we found exactly that downstairs.
Well,
I believe you're right, and I am incredibly
I mean,
hurt.
yeah, it is possible that they could have all drunk a potion and
Yeah,
flame for your asses like
It is
shish
possible.
kebab you in the bathhouse.
I desperately need to heal up. I'm very hurt.
Yes, Borg agrees. because
Well,
Borg
Mortlock.
also wants ale.
Made his new friends, but now I guess you want to leave Mortlock and get on your boat.
Aye, yes. I believe you may have some time to rest up in one of the taverns in the lower city before you go to the low lantern. If that's all, I will bid you adieu. And he sort of gives you all a nod. I may return to Baldur's Gate at some point. If I do, I may be able to come to your aid, if you so require. And with that, he turns and begins to leave the bathhouse.
Farewell, very traveler.
enjoy your vacation.
Well,
No,
should we?
I'm off to the Seychelles for a few weeks to recoup and recover.
Well, should we?
Or he just wants to go away from us because he has seen what has happened to our previous followers.
Yeah.
Should we
could also-
regain our strength at a tavern before we head down to
Oh, we should.
the low lantern?
I suppose that sounds like a wise idea. Once again, Bulbos. No, actually, no, it doesn't.
As you all get to this sort of threshold, I'm going to assume you're all here, like all around this area. Everyone make me perception checks. This is a fucking high DC, so
I am
don't be
incredibly
surprised if you don't see anything.
perceptive. No, I'm not.
I rolled quite high. That's surprising, actually.
You did roll quite high, yeah.
None
I
of
have
you
0
notice anything.
perception.
None of you notice anything untoward as you leave the bathhouse.
All right,
Mm.
walk out into the.
As you all leave, as you all go through the doors into the night of the city, a figure watches you through the door windows. A small, floating, flying little creature. It snickers to itself, flies out the other end of the bathhouse through a window. Ooh, you've been seen!
Spooky!
You've been seen!
Scary.
I
That a
think we just got
fucking-
imped.
What's down
Yeah.
here?
You just got imped!
Oh.
Yeah,
Just got
literally.
Mhm.
Fucking imped.
We return to the overmap of Baldur's Gate.
Woo.
You are now at the bathhouse. You've been tasked to go to the low lantern in the lower city, somewhere in the waterfront area. But for now, you wish to find a tavern and recoup your strength. You can go back to the Elf Song if you want.
Yeah,
You're already known there, your favoured patron.
Yeah, I mean, we might as
we,
well.
we do have. Maybe he will remember my great grand of 1 gold piece for the entire tavern.
You got rid of a bunch of pirates, you know.
Yeah,
The owner already
And
likes you.
wasted
Uh,
a lot of money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
yeah. Let us
Cool.
head to Elf Song Tavern. I believe that is a good place to be right now.
Indeed.
You make your way through the early morning dusk, through Baldur's Gate, towards the Elf Song Tavern. And with that, we're going to call the session.
Epic.
Alright.
You all
GG.
head towards the tavern. That's the end of the session. Next session, you're all going to come back fully rested. Everyone's leveled up.
Yay.
So after the Dungeon of the Dead 3, you are now all level 3.
Yay.
So that gives us